Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. With this hope and confidence, I request for the principal to kindly address the gathering.
Good morning. Namaste. How are you all? Okay, good. I'm not going to ask any questions on Jesuits, okay? I'm not a quiz master. I want to remind you something. I hear that at the gate, when the guards or staff ask for your ID, or anybody else asks you any question, please behave politely. It is their duty. We have told them to ask for your ID. Right? So you need to deal with them with respect. I told you the time of orientation for all of you. I told you here an understanding of love is respect. Respect for our staff, faculty members, and one another. Your seniors, juniors, everybody we treat with respect. So kindly remember this. And secondly, I see this as a problem. When the second years came for the orientation, it was perfect silence. There was no problem of discipline. When the first years came, absolutely no problem. The third years have come, and then the hall is full. I don't know where this noise is coming. Chanting with one another. Talking. Please put, what? What do you call? Sellotape? Something on. When something is happening here, we need to respect. Suppose somebody is speaking, respect that person. Listen to that person. It's not the time for commentary. So kindly I request all of you to be quiet. Let's learn to listen to one another. Very important. See that boy over there? He's talking now. When I am speaking, then the boy is talking there. That's correct. This is not the way I need to be respected. If you have a problem, put up your hand, talk to your professors, talk to your council members. Yes, we will address that. But not that you keep on jabbering. It's called jabbering. Keep on talking. Can't keep quiet for a moment. No. Sorry, that is not the culture of Xavier. Will you please cooperate? Thank you. All the best for the quiz. Quiz master.
We have Anshu, Shalrita, and Kriva. From BCA, we have Ashutosh, Kumari Sneha, and Muhammad Muqtadir Kumar. From BBE, we have Rajvi, Vinny, and Rajni. From BMC, we have Seema, Anamika, and Atul. From BBA, we have two teams. Team A is Siddharth, Ojaswani, and Adarsh. Team B, Kamini, Manish, and Priyanka. From BCP, again we have two teams. Team A, Nibran, Suresh, and Deepu Sadasya. Team B, Deepu, Mitendra, and Vipul Vincent. On scoreboard, we have Ashok sir and Piyush Verma sir. Now may I call upon the quiz master of the day, Mr. Animesh Khan, coordinator of BBE, to take this competition ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. A man is known by the company he keeps. We all here, staff and students alike, are extremely privileged to be in the good company of men of God. This quiz today is an attempt to having a better appreciation of the lives, struggles and missions of the Jesuits. So without delay, let me introduce to the proceedings today. We have 9 teams competing here today. And these teams for the preliminary round are divided into 3 groups comprising 3 teams each. In Group A, we have teams from BCH. Contestants, please note that. In Group A, we have teams from BCH, BBE, and BBA Team A. In Group B, we have teams from BBA B, BCA, and BCP A. In Group C, we have BCP B, BMC, and BA. I'll call upon these groups one by one on stage and pose to them 3 questions to 3 teams each. Team scoring the highest will be selected for the second round, and the rest 2 teams will be eliminated from the first round. So in this way, in second round, we'll have 1 team each from the 3 groups. That is only 3 teams for the finale, and that will be the final round. In final round, I'll ask each team 5 questions. And for every correct answer, you will get 20 marks. For every incorrect answer, 10 marks will be deducted. Team scoring the highest will be declared the winner. Marks from first round will not be carried to the second round. So second round is all your own. Alright? So without delay, for answering each of the questions, you will be given 15 seconds. As I finish my question here, the timer will start. 15 seconds flat, the time is over. So be very attentive. So without delay, I call upon stage the members of Group A, that is teams from BCH, BBE, and BBA. Please come on stage and take your respective tables. Kindly be quick. BCH, BBE, and BBA. Since we have only 1 mic at the table, so kindly elect a leader among yourselves, someone who will be answering the question. Do not rush for that, otherwise you will not be able to hear what you have to say. Please remember, for each question you get only 15 seconds to answer. As I finish my question, the timer will begin. Okay? Are we ready? Hello? Are we ready? Okay, so round 1, Group 1, first team BCH. First question coming for you. Can you listen to it carefully? What is the name of the village in which St. Ignatius of Loyola was born? I asked the name of the village, not the country. Time over, sorry. Second question for you. In the course of which battle was young Ignatius injured by a cannonball? Name the battle. Now repeat. Correct. Okay. Third question for you. In which year did Ignatius of Loyola die? Correct. Okay, sorry. So the first question was the name of the village in which St. Ignatius of Loyola was born. The answer is Aspicia in Basque province, Spain. The country was correct. The course of which battle was young Ignatius injured? That's Battle of Pamplona. And the year in which St. Ignatius of Loyola died was 1556. So Team A has answered 2 questions correctly. Team 2. First question coming for you. Kindly check your mics. Thank you. Against which country did Ignatius of Loyola, a soldier in the Spanish army, fought at the Battle of Pamplona?
French.
France. Okay, correct. Same question. In which town did St. Ignatius of Loyola spend about an year in a cave practicing rigorous asceticism?
Montserrat.
No, that's incorrect. Third question. In which year was Ignatius of Loyola beatified? That's one stage before canonization, before being declared a saint. Which year was he beatified?
1637.
Wrong, sorry. The year of beatification was 1609, and the cave, the place where the cave was Manresa. Okay. Okay, 13. First question coming for you. What is the name of the set of meditations, contemplations, and prayers that Saint Ignatius formulated during his time in the cave at Manresa?
Spiritual experience.
Say that again.
Spiritual experience.
Okay, I'll give that to you. It's spiritual exercises actually, but I'll give that to you. Okay. Second question. What is the Ignatian ideal of doing more for others known as? What is the Ignatian ideal of doing more for others known as? Doing more for others. Time over. The answer is magus. Third question, the final one. In which year was Ignatius of Loyola canonized, that is declared a saint? In which year was he declared a saint?
1682.
Correct. Thank you. You may go back to the seat. I'll go up on group B now on stage. So teams comprising group B, please come on stage. Start with this group B first. So first thing is BBAB. First question for you is coming here. Please listen carefully. In which town was Saint Francis Xavier born? In which town was he born? Wrong answer. That was Saint Ignatius of Loyola. Okay. The town is Xavier. Town itself is named Xavier. Number 2. Second question for you. Sorry. Which place did Saint Francis Xavier go to after his mission in Goa, India finished? Which place, which country did he go next to India? Which country did he go to next to India? St. Francis. Which country? Can you take the mic?
Jerusalem.
No, that's incorrect. Anyway, the time was over. The correct answer is Malacca, Malaysia. Final question for you. In which year did St. Francis Xavier die? Correct, that's correct. 1552, just like that. Try to check your mic before you speak, and you have got a hand mic also, you could have used that. Okay. Second thing is BCA. First question for you. For how many years did St. Francis Xavier work in Japan? For how many years did he work in Japan, St. Francis Xavier?
Years.
Wrong. Correct answer is 2 years. Second question for you. What is the most popular devotion to St. Francis Xavier known as? The most popular devotion to St. Francis Xavier known as? Time over. The answer is Novena of Grace. Third question, the last one. In which year was Francis Xavier beatified? In which year was Francis Xavier beatified? 9. You said 1609. That's incorrect. 1619. Okay. No, I'm not answering this. 13, PCP 8. First question for you. What is the name of the island on which St. Francis Xavier died? Name of the island on which St. Francis Xavier died. Time over. The island was named Shanchuan off the coast of China. Okay. Second question, probably this will be a giveaway. St. Francis Xavier died while waiting for a boat to arrive. Name the country which this boat would have taken him to.
Japan.
Wrong. The answer is China. If you would have listened to the first answer correctly, you would have guessed it. Okay. Final question for you. In which year was Francis Xavier canonized, that is declared a saint? (1662). Wrong. The correct answer is 1622. Both St. Ignatius and St. Loyola, St. Ignatius of Loyola and St. Francis Xavier were canonized in the same year. They are beatified in different years. Scorers, do we have clear score here? Over. Okay, thank you. Please go back stage. What does the acronym ICUF, AICUF stand for?
All India Catholic University Federation.
Can you repeat that?
All India Catholic University Federation.
That's correct. Good. Second question for you. How many Jesuits are there in South Asia Assistancy? How many Jesuits are there in South Asia?
4076.
That's correct. Third and final question for you. Who is the current regional assistant for South Asia to the Superior General? Current regional assistant for South Asia to the Superior General.
George Monitor.
George?
Monitor.
That's George Monitor. Okay, second please. PMC. How many Jesuits are there in the college management team of St. Xavier's College of Management and Technology, Patna? How many Jesuits are there in the college management team of St. Xavier's College of Management and Technology, Patna?
12. 12.
12? No, that's wrong. 9. Okay. Second question. What does the acronym POSA stand for?
Provincial of South Asia.
Correct. Third and final question for you. Who is the current provincial of Patna province?
Father Donald Miranda.
Correct. Father Donald Miranda. Okay. 13. BA. First question for you. What does the acronym JRS stand for?
Jesuit Refugee Service.
That's correct. Second question. How many Jesuits are there in the Patna province? How many Jesuits are there in the Patna province?
148.
That's incorrect. 181. Last question for you. Who is the current provincial of South Asia?
Father Arturo Sosa.
He's the Superior General. Incorrect. Answer is Father George Patrick. That's incorrect. So we have a clear winner here. Okay, let's go back. Thank you. And ask 3 questions each again from the 2 teams, and those scoring the highest will win. So for you are PCH? Oh, sorry, PBA. My mistake. Sorry. For PBA, the first question is Pope Francis, the current Pope. Pope Francis, the current Pope, is the first Jesuit to be elected so. By what name was he known before he became the Pope?
Pope.
Huh? Can you come back again? Sorry. Pope is not a name. That's incorrect. Second question for you. Which is the first Jesuit university in India? The first Jesuit university in India.
University of Goa.
University of Goa. No, that's incorrect. Correct answer is Xavier University, Bhubaneswar. Okay. Third question for you. Who was the first principal of St. Xavier's College, Patna? Good no. Okay. They don't know. The correct answer is Father Francis Parmaras. Okay. Second team, BCP. Second team is BCH. Okay, you're BCH. Sorry, that name is incorrect. The first question for you. In which city was Pope Francis born? City. I asked the city. नहीं पता. Okay, the city is Buenos Aires. Country is correct, Argentina. By the way, the Pope was previously known as George Mario Bergoglio. That was his name. Okay, second question for you. Ranked at number 7, which Jesuit institute is the only private business school to feature in the top 10 of the National Institutional Ranking Framework 2019? Louder? Kolkata. That's incorrect. Extra right, Jamshedpur. Okay. Third and last question for you. Where is the mortal remains of St. Francis Xavier housed in India? Name the church or basilica or whatever it is. Goa is the place. Name the church, the place. Now, into the mic. Huh? Basilica, what basilica? Okay, I'll give that to you. Basilica of Bon Jesus, Goa. Do we have a result? Is the winner. Okay, for the second round, I'll ask 5 questions to each of the teams. 5 questions each to each of the teams. For every correct answer, you'll get 20 marks. For every incorrect answer, you'll get -10. Yeah? So again, for answering each question, you'll get 15 seconds. So please listen to the questions carefully and then answer. So I'll begin with BCP Team B. Before that, we have got 4 categories to choose from. The 3 teams, you have got 4 categories from which you can choose from. You can choose those categories, so I can ask questions from that particular category only. So I'll name the categories for you. The first category is Jesuits and the Pope. Second category is Jesuits and education. Third category is Jesuits in India. And the fourth is Jesuit miscellanea. I repeat the categories. For BCPB only, this choice is only for BCPB. When I come to you, I'll give you another choice. For BCPB, I'll repeat the choices. Jesuits and the Pope, Jesuits and education, Jesuits in India, and Jesuit miscellanea. Pick one.
Jesuits and education.
Jesuits and education. Okay, good. Alright, the first question for you. The first Jesuit school opened in Messina, Sicily. In which year did the school open?
Could you please repeat it?
Keep on the timer, sir. The first Jesuit school was opened in Messina, Sicily. In which year did the school open? Timer. Time is over. Okay. Second question. During the 16th, 17th and 18th centuries, Jesuits were known as the schoolmasters of Europe. How many schools did Jesuits operate in the first 200 years of their existence?
$3,730.
That's incorrect, sorry, 740. And the first school opened in 1548. Third question for you. Jesuit Christopher Clavius was called the most influential teacher of the Renaissance? What is his most famous and lasting contribution to the world? I repeat, Christopher Columbus, what is his most famous and lasting contribution to the world?
Georgian calendar.
Okay, Gregorian calendar, I give that. Good. This calendar was introduced by Pope Gregory XIII, that's why I call it Gregorian calendar. It was actually done by the Jesuit Christopher Columbus. Good. Fourth question. Modern scientific study of a natural disaster has been called the Jesuit science. Modern study of one particular natural disaster has been called the Jesuit science. Name that branch of science.
Lunar.
Lunar. Is that a branch of science? That's incorrect anyway. Seismology, study of earthquakes. That's the correct answer. 5 question for you. Name the document published in 1599 containing rules and regulations that standardize the globally influential system of Jesuit education. You know the answer? The answer is Ratio Studiorum, if I am correct, the pronunciation is correct. Okay, we'll move on to the second team, BPAB. You have now 3 choices left: Jesuits and the Pope, Jesuits in India, Jesuit miscellanea. Pick one. Say that, pick one. Quick, 5 seconds. Jesuits and the Pope. Okay. Alright, the first question for you. The Society of Jesus was formed on 27 September 1540 with a formal decree by the Pope. Which Pope approved the formation of the Society of Jesus? Pope Paul III. That's correct. Second question for you. In 1773, the Society of Jesus was banned, officially called suppressed, by the Church. Which Pope signed the decree suppressing the society? Speak in the mic, please. Can't hear you.
Clement 14.
Pope?
Clement 14. Clement 14.
Okay, I'll give that to you. Pope Clement 14. Third question for you. Let me check the mic first. Is it okay? Working? Okay. Third question for you. The society was restored in the year 1814 by a decree of the Pope. Which Pope signed the decree of restoration?
Pope 7. Pope Pius 7.
Pope? Which one?
Pope Pius 7.
No.
Pope Pius 7.
No. Pope Pius 6. 6. You said 7. Sorry. Wrong. 6 is the correct answer. You said 7. 6 is the correct answer. Your answer is wrong. Sorry. Fourth question for you. Mic kharab hai. Good. Fourth question for you. Please listen to it carefully. Jesuits were accused of appropriating the name of Jesus for naming their society, whereas all previous religious orders were named after particular men. A brief by a pope ordered to do away with it. Which pope signed the brief? You don't know the answer. Okay? You don't know the answer. The correct answer is Pope Sixtus V. Last question for you. The original approval of the formation of the society limited its membership to only 60. A decree by the Pope in the year 1550 removed this limitation. Which Pope signed this decree? Don't know the answer. Okay, they don't know the answer. The answer is Pope Julius III. Thank you. Alright, the third team, you have got only two options left. Jesuits in India and Jesuit Mussolini. Pick one. Jesuits in India, Jesuit Mussolini. Jesuits in India, you pick, and here comes your question. The first question to you is, St. Francis Xavier was the first Jesuit to arrive in India at Goa. In which year did he arrive? Correct, that's correct. 1542. Please speak into the mic. We're not able to hear your answers. Second question to you. Jesuits brought and operated the first printing press in India. Where was this press housed at? What place? Which building? You don't know the answer. Okay? The answer is St. Paul's College, Goa. Third question for you. Name the Jesuit priest who adopted the customs and practices of a Hindu sannyasi in order to make Christianity appear less alien to the native Indians.
Francis Xavier.
Wrong. The answer is Roberto di Nobili. Fourth question for you. Which Jesuit priest martyred in India in 1693 is popularly known as Arul Anandar in Tamil? I think I pronounced the word correctly. Arul Anandar in Tamil. Which Jesuit priest is also known as Arul Anandar in Tamil? Don't know the answer? The answer is Saint John de Brito. Okay, the last question for you. Name the Jesuit priest who in 1590 became the first geographer to complete a map of India. Father Anthony Montserrat. So I request the teams to go up on stage and as the scores calculate the score. And now we have a special section for you. Thank you. We'll declare the results later. We have a special section now for especially for the teachers here. A quiz for the teachers. We need sir. Can someone give him the mic?
Yes, sir. I don't know the name.
We need sir. Give him the mic. Please raise his hand first. Please give him the mic. Sir, you can be loud enough.
So he is the superior general.
Name?
His picture is just in front of Father Principal office. And he's a handsome man and his name is...
Arthur Sosa. That's correct. Okay, you get a chance. Identify this man. Identify this Jesuit priest. Mike there.
Father Kamil Pulke.
Father Kamil Pulke, correct. Renowned scholar of Hindi and Sanskrit in India, he was the first one to write extensively on Ramjit Manas Gamkatha Utpatti in regards for this PhD thesis. Renowned Sanskrit. Also known as Baba Kamil. Identify this person. The quiz correctly, you have answered. That will be your mind.
Roberto Nobili.
Roberto Di Nobili, correct. Alright, 6 monuments coming up. Identify this building. Identify this building. The foremost, the most important building for the Jesuits. It's situated in Rome. the faculty members only. Yes, ma'am. Give the mic to her.
Is this the Vatican?
No, not the Vatican. That's not a Jesuit institution. This is the mother church of Jesuits, the Church of Jesu in Rome. Okay, the second, identifying this building. Many would identify. I hope so. This is in India.
Ambedkar Goa.
Basilica of Bom Jesus Goa. That's correct. That's not a church. That's a minor basilica. Identifying this building. So, which one? Louder? No, this is not in India at all. This is a college, but not in India at all. St. Joseph's College, Beirut. Beirut, okay. Identify this building. Louder, speak at the mic.
University Bhubaneswar.
Xavier University, Bhubaneswar, correct. Identify this college.
Xavier Mumbai.
Xavier's Mumbai, good. And the last one. Identify this. Speak to the mic, please.
Xavier's Calcutta.
St. Xavier's Kolkata, thank you. And this emblem of the Jesuits, what do we call this emblem? This is a Christogram. Thank you so very much.
Dil Tham Ke. Can you guess? So, we go from the back, reverse. The third position is acquired by B, C, E. The second position is being acquired by E and H, EPS. And the top is, you can guess. Okay, good. So, I request the winners, BBA, to come on the stage here. Congratulations. BBA B. So I request the Beach Master Principal to come on the stage.
As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. With this words, please put a great round of applause to Father Rajkumar F.J. for providing us necessary materials for this quiz competition. Can we have a great round of applause for him? Thank you to the organizing team comprising the members of management, Father Rector, Father Principal, Father Vice Principal, Father Rajkumar, Father Premlal, Father Hennikable, Quiz Master, Coordinator Mr. Animesh Khan, Coordinator Mr. Rakesh Kumar Pathak, Coordinator Mr. Ashok Kumar, and IG Manager Mr. Piyush Verma. Thank you to the State Management Team, Mr. Prakash Upadhyay and his team members, to student volunteers, and yes, of course, to the BMC students for videography and photography.